Happy Monday. Welcome to Brush Your Bat for Monday, July 19th. What the fuck, Pittsburgh, huh? That's my biggest investment of the baseball season. Up 6-0 after the first. Take the dogs for a hike. We're all right. Come back, make a papaya and acai smoothie. We're all right. Take a nap. Didn't sleep a ton this weekend. We're not all right. Lost 7-6. How do you lose 7-6 after being up 6-0? But that's why we love the sport, right? And I understand. It's been that kind of season. Like that. That's like a microcosm of the season. I think we're only up like 3 or 4 units at this point. But this is what happens. You fly a little bit too close to the sun. The balance of life drops you back down to the stratosphere. No, I don't think that's right. Stratosphere. No, that's where we live in the atmosphere. Stratosphere, people are like, that's out in the stratosphere. Get out of the stratosphere all the time. I don't know. Cumulonimbus cloud? Thunderstorms, I think? Love a good cumulonimbus, whoever created those names. But yeah, I mean, I remember back in I think I've been shilling, I believe they call it in that community, shilling art blocks on here since March. But this week, so the Pirates plus 139 had to bring me back down. This is just the way life works, right? Just the way it goes. You learn about global finance, all this shit over the pandemic. You get a house, and the girl leaves you right after. It's just the way life works. It's the balance, right? It's all about balance. No matter. Again, though, we're not doing we're not accomplishing our core objective of helping people. So I'll do again what I did on Saturday with that card, where if I lost that card, anybody who commented on here, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, I was going to send money or NFT to. Can't really send the art block to anyone anymore. Thank God Saturday won. But today, if the best bet, the Rays lose, taking a juiced up best bet today. I don't see how they lose. If the Rays lose, I will do the same thing. So if you comment and that happens, yeah, I'll send you some monies. So for the 19th, best bet, I spoiled it. The Rays minus 215 over the Orioles, Yarbrough over Watkins. I like how the Rays are trending again. I think they're out of that rut there where they lost 4 of 12. Again, I think maybe they were flying a little bit too close to the sun. They had to get knocked back down. Well, maybe that's the theme of today, flying too close to the sun. But got a big win today. Big 2 out of 3 down in Atlanta. Choi, Meadows both rested today, who I believe to be the most important pieces in the lineup. I think the better play continues here. Lefty matchup plus matchup versus the Baltimore lineup. The best bats like Mullins, Mountcastle, and the Orioles coming back from Kansas City. 1, 2 of 3 there. Doesn't really mean anything to me. They lose an hour, maybe they're a little tubbier from Kansas barbecue. But yeah, winning 2 of 3 over Kansas City means nothing from me. I still remember how Baltimore was playing right before the All-Star break. Team's still not playing good baseball, winning 2 of 3 from KC. The lifeless Kansas City Royals means absolutely nothing. Hi, sweetheart. Watkins, Spencer with an S, I think. Spencer, like S-E-R. Watkins. By the way, my buddy, he's having I'm just going to skip over that. Wasn't supposed to talk about that. Watkins, he's like a 30th round pick out of Western Oregon. He's like a feel-good story kind of guy. He's not like a stud prospect. He's not the guy who pitches the Orioles to a win in this one. Bullpen situation. We're not going to have, it's not going to be like a Yarbrough Fleming thing or something like that, where if Yarbrough goes shorter, we have Fleming available. We need to get 5 or 6 solid ones, which we think we do get out of Yarbrough, who's pitching well. Then maybe 2 out of Kittredge or something, turn it over to Fairbanks, call it a day. And then, I don't know, if it's a Rays kind of game, which I believe it will be, probably like lean the under in like a 5-1, 6-1 kind of game, something like that. The Mets plus 117 over the Reds, getting a little feeling in my belly. Why do I keep rubbing my belly? It's because I'm doing a little like fasting thing right now, and I'm fucking hungry, dude. Yeah, the Mets, man, they got a taste in my mouth. 6-0, but I've seen worse. The Mets plus 117 over the Reds. Eichhoff over Gutierrez. Midwest teams, I feel like they had first series out of the All-Star break were really big for Midwest teams. Do you guys need to go out or something? What, you want it? One sec. Really big for Midwest teams coming out of the All-Star break. The White Sox, rocky early, ultimately passed the test by taking 2 out of 3 in Houston. I don't think the Cubs meant anything. Played the shitty DBacks 1-2 of 3. The Indians rebounding with 2 gritty wins in Oakland. Thought that was big for them, especially the way they got the win today. I like those young kids, man. Bobby Bradley and Daniel Johnson, those two. And then like sitting there on the iPad in between innings and stuff. I like those young kids. Just the way they groove together. The young bats. But Cincy laid a turd and got swept. They blew multiple leads, really ugly. I don't know what it is about this organization. I buy in for 10 seconds, and every time I do for 10 seconds, I lose a couple $1,000 and come back to the wall and go, oh wait, they're the Cincinnati Reds. I don't understand. Like during those days, like the Johnny Bench days and shit, did they like sell their souls to win championships? Something like that. I would love to know if Reds fans can chime in, but we like Vlad Gutierrez, his grittiness, his toughness, but I think we're at the point where we're just overvaluing them here. He's got a 36+% hard hit rate, only 6.4 Ks per 9 innings, and some FIP and XFIP regression. To bat? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's just, I mean, the things that I like about him are not things that justify being a home favorite against the Mets. Eichhoff is going to be what he's going to be, but in theory, I think we have basically a wash, maybe the slightest of edges to the Reds on starting pitching. I mean, we still, like Gutierrez, we like his grittiness, we like his toughness. It's almost like I don't know, I can't think of a good comp right now, but it's not the kind of thing where we're like expecting the guy to be like a consistent sub-4 ERA kind of guy, especially not now, not this early in his career. But, so yeah, theoretically, I think slight edge in starting pitching for Cincy or a wash on the lineup, or even a slight edge to the Mets with how they're starting to spring up. Hey, they get the bats back. Nemo's back in the lineup. Conforto's back in the lineup. If frickin' Alonso can just hit a little bit, which he started to do, maybe that home run derby, a little extra juice in your sales. Maybe it works like opposite effect on him instead of being a curse on his bat. It's like a bonus on the old bat. What's up, buddy? And then better bullpen on the Mets. And it's just a better team for the Mets. They've got a little momentum after the aforementioned kick in the nuts to my Pirates on Sunday. And a little sticky situation for the bullpen for Los Metas. But they'll have the back end of the bullpen, the most important part of it, like Diaz, Lugo and stuff. And the situation is much worse in Cincinnati. They're gonna be scrambling to figure out their bullpen tomorrow. I think they better hope Vlad Gutierrez lasts longer than I expect him to, but we're gonna take the Mets. I don't feel like they should be a dog in this spot. This is like pick them at absolute worst, like -105 or something. I think we should play it up to that. The A's, sprinkling them +105 over the Angels. Irvin over Ohtani. Wanted to make it a full play, but I have to sprinkle it with how the A's are playing right now. They aren't playing good baseball, but this is just such a... What's up? This is just such a plus matchup for them. Ohtani, they're like... Ohtani is very much an all-or-nothing kind of pitcher. Lots of swing and misses, like a 14% swinging strike rate, which is very good, but he also gives up a ton of hard contact, only 11% soft contact rate, which is very low. He struggles to throw first pitch strikes and then giving up that hard contact. This is like playing right into how Oakland's offense works, right? They're like an all or nothing offense. Let's get walks and then let's hit home runs. So it's a plus matchup for the Oakland offense. On the opposite side, I think the Angels are #1 in baseball in OPS versus lefties. That's got to be due for regression if I've ever seen it. They generally don't hit lefties that well. I get there's been a bunch of turnover in the lineup, but not to this extent. Just Walsh and stuff, lefty, Ohtani lefty. No Trout in the lineup right now. And I like Irvin. He's actually outperformed expectations. Came up big in our last spot when we pegged him against like a team due for lefty regression in the Giants. So I don't know. Home dog. I don't know. I think Ohtani should stick to just hitting. He is like a transcendent hitter when you watch him hit. It is not the same for pitching. I don't think that he should be a home dog in the spot. More like a -120 or something like that. And then I might end up taking some DBacks. Numbers just a little wide. Like the best that I was able to find was like a little over -120 or something. They suck so bad. That's just better places to invest your money or something. Like go buy any art block curated thing and you'll be fine. Yeah, Caleb Smith over Chase DeJong. I don't know, and just with the way the Pirates lost yesterday, I don't think the Pirates are going to go on a big skid or something, but young team have to fly across the country. That's a hard thing to overcome. And at some point, Caleb Smith's got to win, right? He's good. Yeah, he was good. He is good. Maybe one day he'll be good again. And then pitching matchup, says Rangers, but I don't want to get in front of Detroit right now. Lean Dodgers probably. Tony Gonsolin. I don't really care what people say. All I really want is what Eduardo. Yes, I did the leans just so I could do this. Gonsolin over Gausman. I think Gonsolin's real deal. And then I lead the Cardinals as well. Sentiment is just so low on the Cubs. And the bullpen for the Cardinals is an absolute mess. I don't think any of the back end will be available with how little Jake Woodford's supposed to pitch. I'm not sure that they're a plus EV investment tomorrow. Moving on to the power rankings for this week of July 19th. By the way, these power rankings are all in the Google Sheet where all the tracker that's linked in like the link tree and stuff. These are all on a separate tab. If anyone is ever interested with all the past ones for prior weeks and stuff. But Dodgers, Brewers 1-2 remains unchanged. What do you guys need? You guys need to go out there? Yeah. Oh. Dude, Bella goes literally, she got to go out the front door to the front patio, go do a check, and now she's going to ask me, you want to go to the back door to do your check there before you go to bed? I get it. Yep. Ever since Dino got in the house, man, she does this like whole check of the perimeter or something like a psycho. So Dodgers, Brewers, top two spots remain unchanged. Moved the Rays up a bit. Just at one point, I got to buy the Kool-Aid. Kind of forgot they were in the World Series last year because it wasn't a real season. But at one point, you just accept Cash has created a machine. The regression isn't coming. Just deal with it. Buying Mets stock. I tried to better reflect less of like what I think and more of current stance. So that's why I finally moved the Braves down. Some other things also. I mean, the Braves. A little more to that explanation. But I think the Mets are finally starting to come around. As I said before, I mean, once you get Nemo back, I think Nemo's wildly underrated. I think he's a very good player. But once you get Nemo back, Alonso finally starts to hit and stuff. This lineup and then ipso facto this team I feel like can be very, very good. So I think we're going to start buying Met stock. We are going to start buying Indian stock, albeit not a ton of it. I like the young guys on this team, as we talked about before. We are big Bobby Bradley guys, big this Daniel Johnson guy. Those two. I like those two young players on Cleveland. They need to get that lineup rolling because at some point the pitching's coming back. Hey, don't look now. This team's still 3 games over 500. Our Cleveland love that we've had all season might not be unwarranted. I think it's going to pay off at some point. We moved up Toronto a little bit just because of like what we said, trying to better accurately reflect like current stance rather than what our mind's eye thinks will happen, like end of year rankings. So like more like this is now, not end of year. So we moved Toronto up for that reason, but I still don't believe in that team. Seattle is getting respect now in our book, big time respect. They cracked the top 15 last week or the week before the All-Star break. They crack even higher here. I love this young team. I'm actually going to do a segment this week because my little crackhead NFT addiction has bled over into like sports cards now. I actually bought one baseball players, a couple of their rookie cards. And the hint, he's a Mariner. I think they're going to win. I don't know. It's just like they're following that same Kansas City Royal trajectory. I think they're going to win a championship sooner than later. And I think there is at least one player on there that's going to be Hall of Fame bound by the time he's done. Who am I thinking of? I got 2 of one of the rookie cards so I can do a giveaway with it, with a little segment. See, I'm trying. Sorry, but either way, this is going to work. I mean, whether it's like on like whatever, an ESPN type thing or something, you're just going to have to, it's not like being like a fucking big head or whatever, blow up head guy. It's just the way it's going to have to go. I mean, I'm a better alternative than like, Max Kellerman or something, or like Skip Bayless or something. Onwards. Sell the Reds. We talked about that series already. Just every time you buy into that, just they're the Reds. Buying national stock for sure. Just continue to like that. I think it is just it's a very good lineup. It just is. There's no two ways about it. When that lineup's healthy and you got like Starlin Castro and Josh Harrison hitting like 6, 7, 7, 8. That's just a good lineup. And then I'm gonna sell the Rockies. We talked about it the other day, but they're just getting dangerously close to 500. You got your gutter boys, the Twins, Royals, Rangers, Orioles, and the hapless DBacks. I think those are 5 gutter teams that are very hard to argue with. And yeah, we'll tune back in Tuesday, comment and stuff if you want in on the Rays Best Bet free roll. And yeah, hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday. Be good, guys. Okay.